Let's talk today about how to get more kills in Warzone 2. Now, we're going to be breaking down a 45 kill win here, and there's really three main things that we're going to focus on today. The first is going to be gameplay strategy. You know, gameplay strategy in Warzone 2 is very different than what we're used to, so we're going to pay a lot of attention to that. The second is going to be the team dynamic. Look, this is very much a team-based game, so we're going to pay attention to how the four of us play together and how that allows us to get 45 kills. Now, the last thing is Endgame. I told you we pick up the win. We play Endgame perfectly in terms of our rotation, in terms of our positioning, in terms of our spacing. So we're going to talk a lot about how you can start to clutch more dubs. Now, right here, when we talk about the team dynamic, one of the most important things is positioning and spacing. Now, TCAP's a little bit off by himself, and we're aware of that, but look at me, Hog, and Copus right here. We're close enough that we can cover for one another, but we're not like right on top of one another to the point where we can all three be immediately eliminated. Hog's going to clutch up right here. We get thirst number one, thirst number two, and we're going to pay a lot of attention to our approaches as a team, to our positioning, and as our spacing, because that's really what allows us to get a lot of kills and not die as much. You know, when you die and have to regain, that really sets your pace of play back. It also is really hard to get teammates back. So look, it's obvious, but a big part of this game is just playing a little bit slower, playing a little bit more strategic, and staying alive, which I'm going to make that mistake right here. You know, you really want to be aware of if you have one of those 3-plate vests or not. We're able to get that kill right there, but I'm going to end up going down here in a second because I kind of go down here largely because of the lack of health. You know, in this moment right here, when I have base health and only 2 plates, I only have 200 health, so I'm going to get absolutely smoked here immediately. I see him. I didn't think he had seen me just yet, but right here, I go down. You know, it's unfortunate. He's going to immediately get the thirst, and what I will say is that my teammates are close enough that they end up getting that kill. Now, let's go ahead and jump into Goosh here. I'm going to be doing a full Gulag strategy video for you here in a few days, so if you want to see that video or just looking to get better at Warzone 2, make sure you subscribe below. But what I'm going to do here, and let's talk about this a little bit. You know, first thing I'm looking for is this guy right here in this little window, because if I don't see anything, I know that they pushed right. If I do see somebody, then I know he's obviously pushing left, at which point I can use my nade. Watch how I use my nade right here. I'm going to use it, I'm going to cook it, and I'm just going to throw it back there to see what I can find. Now, the moment that I didn't get a hit, I know he's still over here somewhere, so I got to be ready for that guy around the corner. We have the advantage right there. My teammate got the other kill, and just like that, we're back in. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos over the next few weeks in terms of tip videos, loadout videos, Gulag strategy, so if you are looking to get better at Warzone 2, ultimately be the best out of all your friends, make sure you do subscribe down below, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let's go back in. Now, right here, my job is just to get information, to really help TCAP. Notice that Hog and Copus are dead now. They're in Gulag, so my job here is to help TCAP with information. This isn't a full send because I don't know how many are down there. Now, the moment that he gets that kill, he's going to get that kill here in a second. I think he might have already. You know, I noticed that there are people over here, so now I am going to drop down. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to help TCAP quickly. Like, we got to loot quick here. You got to get better at looting in terms of understanding what you need, how to grab it, and we're going to immediately get back in. And we do have bounty, right? Cash flow is going to be a big component throughout this game of making sure that we do have good cash, trying to grab contracts, and we're going to plate up, and then we're going to challenge this guy around the corner, who I think might have been lagging, might have devved, might have just been looting. Oh, you know what he probably was? He was probably looking at the backpack, and he gets absolutely fried. Team wipe right there. 3 kills for me. We got 90-something other people left, so we're off to a good start here. Now, next up, let's talk about this Stronghold. You know, when we talk about gameplay strategy, right, loadout actually is important. If you don't have loadout guns, you can definitely still compete. You can be competitive, but we do want to get our loadout guns, and it's very difficult to do, especially in quads. Now, when we talk about Strongholds, this Stronghold is right here, so we're immediately going to go over there. I think we get Copus back, maybe. I think we get somebody back before we end up doing that. And we just want to take note of that Stronghold, right? Because we do want to get loadout. Now, with that Stronghold, if you're the first one to get it, you can obviously unlock that loadout. If you end up being a little bit later to it, all you have to do is kill 10 bots, and then you can get your loadout. So those Strongholds aren't just like a one-time thing. And you can rotate over to those, even if they're a little bit further away. Just because you're not the first one there doesn't mean you can't get your loadout. Now, we're going to go ahead and push up here. Why? Because we do need to get Copus back. That's kind of priority number 1, is making sure that we're a full squad, and then we'll go ahead and rotate over and start to grab Lodi. We do have bounty up, but bounty's a little bit further away. We see this guy flying in. Now, I will tell you this, I took out comms, but TCAP said one guy flying in backside. So watch our positioning right here. T-Cap's going to be able to challenge from that angle. Hog's looting up, which I'm aware of, and I'm going to challenge from this angle right here. And look at our spacing. You know, he ends up going down from T-Cap, but our spacing is really good that we can start to shoot from multiple angles right here. Now we're just going to go ahead and see what we can find, and T-Cap's going to end up getting sniped right here. Let's go ahead and jump forward a little bit. So T-Cap says one on me, one on me. One of the biggest things is playing and having comms with your teammates, just so you can communicate exactly what's going on. And I'll leave a Discord link down in the comments below for you. If you are looking for teammates, I have a need teammates section in my Discord. You can easily find people to play with. Now right here, look at our spacing again. T-Cap's got this angle this way. You know, Hog's going to be pushing up and kind of grab the angle from the right, and I'm going to be able to peek this corner right here. Now, it kind of happens simultaneously. I get smoked a little bit. T-Cap's able to get that down. We're easily able to get that thirst right there. We're going to go ahead and pick up one more kill here. Notice the sniper, right? Notice the sniper. We see the glint on the backside. And I know that I'm in trouble here because I've already started plating. I cannot sprint while plating, so I've got to be really strategic. Now, we're going to go ahead and push up. Once again, Hog's plating. T-Cap's got the angle covered, and now I'm going to push up with cover. I'm ready for this guy. I'm trying to see, and this is the downside of snipers right here. There's nothing this guy can do, right? Because snipers don't one-shot to the head, so there's really nothing he can do there. He can't break and swap fast enough. I'm able to get that kill. Now, let's go ahead and start to push over here. We're going to go ahead and push this forward a little bit. We got to get Copus back, so we're going to go ahead and get Copus back right here. Copus is back, and now we're going to go ahead and start to rotate over to the Stronghold. Focus on getting our loadout. You know, you want to be full strength, then we want to start thinking about loadout guns, and there are going to be actually people over here. Notice how it's already engaged. It's red, which means there's enemies over here. So as we push over, once again, notice the team shot right here. We live ping, which I'm going to be doing a video on, you know, all tips of, you know, communication within a squad, one of which is going to be live pings. We're able to team shot that guy very quickly. You know, if you the TTK is low enough, if you team shot a guy, it is absolutely insane. Now in Strongholds, when this is engaged, just be careful, because not only do you have AI in here, you could have real players, and you may not know who is who. So you got to be really, really careful about that. And right there, I get smoked by a real player. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in a bad spot. So we're going to pull back, but notice everybody's in here, right? We've got T-Cap pushing in right now. Copus is in it already. Hog's in it already. And we're just going to start clearing this building. Again, don't know who's real, don't know who's bots, but we're going to clear the building. And then as we push down here, T-Cap's going to start diffusing so that we can grab our loadout guns. And once we grab loadout, then we can start pushing. And we'll talk a lot about how to find people. And we kind of find people a few different ways throughout this game, which allows us to start to push. And like I said, Endgame, not only do we clutch, we pick up a lot of kills during Endgame because they tend to be healthier and they tend to be, you know, more, everything's close together because of the circle size, so we can use that to pick up a lot of kills. Now right here, I'm going to be going with the TAC 56, which, to be honest with you, this TAC 56 build that I'm using isn't my favorite. I'm going to be doing kind of more extensive loadout videos here in a little bit in terms of, I've got a few favorite. The Lockman 56 is one of mine. I really love the RPK, and I actually love the TAC 56, just not this one right here. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. As soon as I get loadout, guys, I'm trying to get out of here. These AI are actually better than you anticipate, and they will team shot you, and they will kill you. And then all of a sudden, you end up in this really weird spot. So we're just going to take heli, and we are going to get out. We also do have a UAV. So UAVs are limited, you know, especially in the buy stations. You got to be strategic about that in terms of when you pop them, but we're going to go ahead and pop. Now, what ends up happening right here is T-Cap actually muted in game, so he didn't hear us in terms of kind of telling us. I wanted him to put us about right here on this hill so we could start to shoot down, but he didn't hear me, which is, you know, it is what it is, and he's going to end up flying us this way, and it turns out okay right here. Watch our spacing and our positioning. Like I said, guys, we want to be focusing and approaching from multiple different angles. Don't take the same angle as your teammate, and that's partially on you to understand where your teammates are. Getting stuck underwater, that's never fun. You know, so we see them pushing. They're clearly on our level pushing up, and watch our spacing. Copus is over to the left. T-Cap's over to the right. Hog and I are somewhat close together. So now look at how we've got 4 different lanes that we can shoot them from. Now I'm going to go ahead and push up right here. And the one thing you got to be careful of, I'm going to be a touch too late right here, which is partially because of this TAC 56 build, but we're covering, we're looking. TCAP ends up getting shot, so I'm going to jump peek, and this is a great example of, like, I can cover for him in this moment. Now, I just don't hit high damage areas. This isn't my favorite TAC 56 build, so TCAP's going to end up going down. But there you see a great example of if I am able to kill that guy just a touch quicker, that spacing is perfect. And notice our cash flow right here. Not only is TCAP going to go to Gulag, which he very much can win, but which you want to be winning your Guges. You know, you don't want to be the $4,000 teammate. You've got to be winning those so you get the kill and you respawn back in. But we've got plenty of cash in case he does die, and of course he does have his loadout guns here still. So next up, we're just gonna kind of chill for a second here. We're gonna wait. We're gonna see if TCAP's coming back. We've got bounty across. And now we decide, okay, let's go ahead and push bounty right here. Now, we see where they are. I use that to get the live ping, but we don't need to engage just yet, right? We can slow this down a little bit. Let's be a little bit more patient on our approach. Let's try to get a knock early. So let's go ahead. We're going to swim underwater. SEAL Team 6 right here. We're going to dive down. We're going to approach from underneath, and we're going to try to play this a little sneaky until we can get that first initial knock, which gives us the advantage. We also have a UAV up. We found a UAV on one of those bodies. Either that or we bought one. I'm not totally sure. Also notice that TCAP is back right here. So me, Hog, and Copus, we know that we're going into this, the three of us. We also know that TCAP's flying back in. He's not going to be too far behind us. And when you're flying back in, guys, you've got to be quick. Grab your stuff and start engaging. Now we're going to go ahead and rotate up right here. I probably shot a little bit too early. I should have calmed better about the team shot, and we have precision airstrike. So let's go ahead and rotate to kind of pull back here. Who knows where precisions go, and watch how we re-engage this. Watch our spacing. Once again, you've got me by myself, and I know that I'm by myself here, okay? So this is where I understand where my teammates are around me. But look at Hog and Copus right here. They're playing together. They're team shotting this guy. TCAP's going to be with us here shortly. He's grabbing all of his stuff, and now we're kind of in a tough spot. So let's go ahead and grab cover. And I say that I'm in a tough spot, so I'm going to go ahead and precision. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to plate up, and then I'm going to re-engage. Right? Okay, let's go ahead and push in. We get the down, trying to see what I can find. Not totally sure just yet, and we get another UAV up. So UAVs are kind of clutch right here. Other than that, you've got to use your eyes. You've got to see what you can find. I'm going to be able to get this guy right here. So now if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, we're even playing field right now. TCAP's still kind of working his way up towards us. He's still trying to find all of his stuff. We've got a 3v3 situation. Once again, I'm kind of taking a crossfire position. Copus and Hog are playing off each other. Hog's low plates, but Copus is there to cover for him. So now we need to get another kill right here. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. I know that there's one rotating left, so we're going to go ahead and tag him and use that to push in. The one thing that I notice right here is look at their spacing. Notice how this guy's kind of in no man's land, and I have a position to kind of flank him a little bit around this left side, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. The other two cannot cover for him in this moment right here. They can't help him, so I'm going to take advantage of that and really start to push up. And we also have bounty. I don't know if Hog and there's that down, there's that thirst. I don't know if Hog and Copus over there got that third guy. I think they did, at which point we just now have the last enemy. I'm just going to make sure that he's not challenging because I know he's close by, and now we're going to go ahead and plate up. Now we re-engage, right? And I'm going to re-engage here. This is another, I'm going to let this play out. Watch how they cover for me right here. We obviously hear him on prox chat. Watch how they cover for me. I just kind of miss him. I miss him right there. I go down. Sure enough, because he's the last enemy, there's the team wipe, right? So Copus is able to get him. He's able to cover for me, and I'm able to go ahead and be revived. So let's go ahead and jump back in. There's TCAP joining us. We've got 8 kills. We've got good cash flow. The one downside of this game, really, in terms of how it is right now, is there's only one buy per there's only one UAV per buy station, so you can't buy multiple. So not only does that limit how many you can buy, but it also limits it in the fact that if somebody else bought one, you may not be able to actually buy one. Somebody just subbed. I appreciate it. Like I said, guys, if you are looking to get better, just make sure you are subscribed down below. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Now we're gonna go ahead, because of our cash flow, we're gonna really buy a lot here. We're gonna buy a kill streak. I'm gonna buy a second loadout gun. I try to buy the UAV, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy my secondary right here. Now I will tell you, the one mistake that I make is not realizing loadouts coming, because I technically have perks. I've got everything I need, so loadout's going to drop here in a little bit, and that may be something I do a short on, is when to exactly does loadout drop, just so that we all know it. But we're going to be able to spend some cash here, but not get a UAV, which is unfortunate. So we're back to kind of trying to figure out where exactly people are. And you're going to see us. We're just kind of pushing here. We're looking to see what we can find, and what information do we act on. We're going to grab loadout right here, which right here dawned on me like, hey, you didn't exactly need to do that. And I don't, like I said, I've got perks and everything. I've got everything I need. So I actually just grabbed that because it's free. So now next up, we're going to go ahead and act on this right here. We're going to act on a buyback. So that's really the only piece of information that we have is somebody bought back over here. We see the guy flying back in. So we're going to go ahead and start to push over that direction. When we talk about information, there's no weapon pings from people shooting. There's limited UAVs. Audio can be hit or miss sometimes. We do have prox chat. Prox chat's one of the best things to use in terms of understanding that people are around you. But again, watch our spacing, watch our approach right here. Once again, we're going to be a little bit patient. We're going to push up right here quietly through the water, and then we're going to engage. And there's also another really important thing that we do need to talk about here, which is going to be understanding that multiple teams are around. So as we push up, we're still in a little bit of a tough spot. We don't have a ton of cover right here, and this guy's just floating. Now, I end up getting torched from the right side. They saw us, apparently, before we saw them, so we've got to be really careful. But once again, we're a little bit close together. They are all three, though, playing off this heady right here. They're all playing off the concrete water tower where they have cover, so they're actually in an okay spot right here in terms of all three shooting at people. Now, I'm going to think about the flank right here, right? So I'm going to push a little bit further left. Now we've got Hog pushing up. We've got Copus following. We've got me pushing up as well. TCap's going to stay and kind of keep that cover fire and play from distance. And now we go in and tag. And now we have a huge advantage right here. Those guys are flying in. We broke one of them. One of them's tagged. There's the team wipe. Now, as soon as we get that team wipe, what do I notice? I notice this guy right here, right? So we got a wipe, but there's also this guy right here, which means there's another team here. So let's go ahead. We're going to challenge this guy. And I know he's in there, right? I know he's in there. He doesn't know where I am. So we're just going to play this patient. We're going to keep pushing up top. We're going to keep checking. We're not going to go too far. And I hear this guy. Once again, look at our spacing. Hall gets smoked right there. Hall gets torched. He's down to no plates. I'm easily there to get the down, as well as Copus and TCap are right there as well. So we kind of triple shot that guy. You're gonna see that a lot, and you've already seen it a lot. Now right here, I'm not gonna ego this guy, but I'm basically just gonna say I'm gonna kill you, and I'm completely caught out in the open. TAC 56 absolutely slaps right there, so we're able to get that team wipe. Now let's go ahead and keep rocking and rolling. I've got 10. I don't know how many my other teammates have, but we're definitely on a very good game right here. We're already piecing together a high kill game, and like I said, Endgame is where we can really pick up a lot of kills, which we're getting close there. Don't have a UAV, unfortunate. Now we're gonna go ahead and keep pushing across. Let's go ahead and keep challenging here, trying to see what we can find. Nothing. Oh, we actually do find something right here. Look at this guy. You can barely see him, right? He's right about here. You're gonna see movement. This guy's flying in, right? So we see him flying in. That's the next piece of information that we're going to act on. And once again, as we push over here, we're going to run into two teams. One thing I do want to highlight is look at Circle, right? Look how far we have to go. Circle moves very quickly in this game. So you really got to be smart about when you're rotating. Once again, another one flying in here. And then as we push in, we start to hear fighting. We start to hear prox chat. And that's when we know we really got to be smart about this engage. First things first, though, I'm going to make a little bit of a risky play here because sometimes the risk is worth the reward, and you're going to see exactly how this plays out. I'm going to go ahead and try to pop UAV. We're patient. Look at all four of us. All four of us are here, right? We're together. We're making sure we're together, and now we're going to go ahead and start to engage. But first thing, we're trying to see what we can find. We're trying to see if we can get an easy pick, something to take one player out of the fight, at which point we have the advantage. The last thing you want is to either lose the advantage, and keep in mind, if you overplay something and you get shot and you're broken, that's an advantage to your enemy because they can start to challenge based on that. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the UAV. It's a little bit risky, but it's going to give us a massive win. All of a sudden, not only do we know there's two teams, we know that there is this team rotating in right here, and I just want you to keep them in mind. Just don't forget that information. That's one other thing that I can give you is because of the lack of information in this game, limited UAVs, no weapon pings. When you get a piece of information, you could be fighting team and see a buyback, 200 meters away. Keep in mind there was that buyback because that could tell you where to rotate next. We're going to challenge. We're going to anticipate here. Not exactly sure where this guy is. We've got a bunch of people on the roof. Now watch this next play right here. We're able to get that kill. There's a team wipe, right? Watch this next play. So I'm going to double nade the roof. I know that they're above me. We've got Copus with me. We've got Hog and TCap challenging those guys. So now let's go ahead and push up here. I'm going to play this from the rooftop, and we're going to pinch this down. That's going to really give us the angles here to, TCap's low health, and we're going to easily be able to get these guys. Now, what did I tell you when we had that UAV up? Remember that team that I told you to remember, right? immediately thinking about that team. I'm immediately, because I know they're rotating in, and not only are they rotating, but they could potentially be out in the open. Now, on top of that, we also got Proc's chat right there, and he said there's people fighting in the south. So I know that they heard us fighting, and they know we're here. Now we got that, right? He's in the water. Again, this TAC 56 build was good. There's a better TAC 56. I'm going to be giving that to you soon. I'll actually put that down in the comments below for you. I'll put Discord down in the comments below. I'll put the TAC 56 build. So let's go ahead and start to push in here, and we can really try to get ahead of them a little bit. Now, they can stay on that side of the river. So that's just one thing we got to keep in mind. But we're going to see if we can get some kills here and see if we can pick up an easy knock of somebody rotating. I've got 12 already. We're definitely on a good team game all the way around. Just a little bit too far for this TAC 56 build. We're able to tag a little bit, and as we push across, watch how this plays out. Copus is going to say to my left. He gets shot a little bit, right? He gets tagged just a touch. I'm going to swap once again here. Watch our spacing. Copus and I are together. Hog and TCAP are shortly behind us. I'm going to get that down, but I'm low health here. So I'm going to plate up in the corner, and now TCAP and Hog are going to start to push in. They're both shooting. Copus is shooting. We got another one right there that I'm able to get that down. And it's that quick, guys. It is that quick right there. TCAP's able to get a kill. We've got 13. We're covering for one another. And that's how these team wipes and these kills really start to add up. Now, once again, we're going to focus on that team across the river, right? There's Hog. Hog goes down. We're able to once again cover for him. Hog's going to start to self, and look at us all just push in. We just all converge on this guy because we have the massive advantage right there. We're thinking about this team across. Hog's going to self, or maybe he got tapped, I'm not sure. But now we're going to start to think about this end game. 7 other teams. Let's go ahead and push forward a little bit. Now, we got to get into circle. Circle's going to start moving here in a little bit. And when I'm looking into circle, I'm looking for cover. And that's probably the biggest thing. This circle is not big enough or not small enough yet. We don't have that much information about where exactly it's going to finish. So we're just kind of thinking about, okay, where are the teams that we know about and where's some cover that we can challenge them? Because if we can beat them to these buildings, then all of a sudden we have cover and we can catch them rotating out in the open. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pushing up here. We're going to push into this building right here, try to see what we can find. And this, guys, there's nothing I can do here, right? This is the range that ARs just aren't as good as they were in Warzone 1. It's pretty far away, but you'd probably be able to beam that guy in Warzone 1, whether on Caldera, Verdansk. I mean, obviously we're not in those engagements on Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, but you'd probably be able to, oh, there's our score check. So we've got right here, we've got 34, if I saw that correctly. If TCAP and Hog have 20 combined, I've got 13. No, it's way more than that. So we've got 33. So we've got 38 kills here. I don't even know. Yeah, we've got 38 kills right here. Look at me doing math. Now, we can't really shoot these guys. Now, the one guy that I do see right here is this one. 121, little bit closer. Watch the team shot right here. Now, I'm live pinging. I'm saying, what about this guy? What about this guy? I'm not going to take out this guy by myself. I really can't do that. But he's so far out in the open. He's behind his teammates. They can't help him. So I'm mounted up. 3, 2, 1, fry. There's the down right there, and just like that, there's the thirst. So that's how we really use the live pings. We're commenting to one another about our strategy. And don't get me wrong, somebody could have overruled me there and said, let's not shoot, and we got to weigh both of those decisions because it might not be smart to give away our positioning. Now, right here, we're gonna start to really communicate. There's a lot of conversations going on about, do we play this building right here? Do we rotate all the way left and kind of clear this left side? Because if we clear the left side, right, then we know we're okay, and we can grab these buildings that are up top of the hill, right? We do want to think about power position. We want to think about cover, and yeah, hill is power position. Now, right there, we see them. Now, we've got to be really smart here in terms of how we play this because I don't know if they know that we are here yet. 3 other teams, by the way, we're obviously full strength right here. We've got 8 other enemies still alive. So we definitely have an advantage right here because we're the only full team just based on basic math. Now, right here, what's going to end up happening is we're not going to get off to a great start. Copus is going to get shot. I'm going to get shot. They clearly know that we're here now. And again, watch our spacing. We're a little bit tight in this building, but we all have cover right here. We're all in a good position. Now, what's going to happen is Hog's going to rotate out. I'm going to rotate out. TCAP's going to be in the building and go down. Copus is there to help him, and Hog and I are going to cover their push, right? So Copus can help TCAP while Hog and I are making sure that they can't push up. And sure enough, there's that guy right there. We get the down in the thirst. So we've got 7 other people. We know that there's still multiple enemies straight ahead of us. We're going to watch our back here. We can't just assume that nobody's back there because we didn't really full clear it. Now let's go ahead. Yep. We get one jumping, and we're not going to be too over-aggressive here. We're not just going to go push because two things. One, they've got to push to us, and two, that just pushes us out into the open when we really do have great power position here. We've got cover. We've got high ground not only on the hill, but we've got high ground with this building right here, and we're just going to play this a little bit patient. Now, Hog's going to push just a touch. He's going to be strategic about it, though. This is a no-down situation right here, guys. We have too much of an advantage to lose one player simply because we were over aggressive. So that's where I talk about no down situations. Don't be over aggressive. Just play smart. Like, I'm playing the stairs here because I can still be revived if I need to. And this is endgames get chaotic, guys. Endgames here are very difficult on this big map because of, you know, the positioning and the strategy. Now, right here, we've got a 4v4 situation. We've got two teams. So again, nobody's full strength, and I'm going to catch this sniper right ahead of me. So boom, we know where one team is, right? So we're going to go ahead and take out, there it is. Okay, so we got the team right there. So that is very clearly now a 4v3 situation. I've got 15 kills. Now we just got to figure out exactly where these teams are. Now, I make a little bit of a mistake here. You know, I will say that the fact that, you know, Hog is a very good player, Copus is a very good player, TCAP's an incredibly good player. Hog and I'm not going to take any flack for that. They're all very good players. This is going to be a 3v3 fight. Now, we do have a little bit of an advantage because we're going to know exactly where they are. I'm going to end up going down here. So I'm just trying to see what I can find. I'm trying to see, you know, is there anybody around? You know, where exactly, not is there anybody around, where exactly are they? And what do? I run into a full stack of 3 players. That's normal on a BR that they are rotating together. So we're going to go ahead and break one. So while I go down, it's a 4v3 situation. I'm going to get thirsted right here. You know, technically in the grand scheme of it, and I don't know if that guy got broken or not, but in the grand scheme of it, I'll let this go ahead and keep playing because we're going to spectate TCAP. You know, it is a 3v3 situation where one of them is already low health. Now, right here, what's going to end up happening is that guy's selfing. TCAP's going to go down right there. He's commenting that they're selfing, and all of a sudden you start thinking right there, okay, like, are we in a bad spot? Sure enough, we end up clutching that dub right there, and overall, you're going to see a 45 or something. What's that? That's 26 right there. That's 38. That's a 45 kill win right there. So I hope you found today's video helpful. Gameplay, strategy, information. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.